guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kiara. If you're new here, then welcome to my channel. Please consider hitting subscribe down below before you leave. If you are not, then welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a fall makeup look. Here in Michigan, it is finally decided, I think, that it is fall. If you guys are not familiar with the Michigan weather, sometimes it's like, woo, we have fall. It's 50 degrees and like we get our sweaters out, and then 2 days later it's like on the news like hi 72, and I'm like, what the hell, Michigan? And then like, guess I'm gonna break out my shorts again. So I think for once this year, I think it's decided to be cold. I'll let you guys know if it doesn't, because we constantly go through this, it's hot and it's cold and it's hot and it's cold. But it's been cold and rainy and for about a week, I would say. I personally love fall weather. So I don't know why I said ugh. Like, I feel like Michigan is very divided, where it's like, I like summer and I like fall, and it's like, we don't get along. It's like, no, I like the cold weather. And people are like, I freaking like when it's 99 degrees outside, because we have everything here, and I don't like warm weather. I like it for like a month. I'm like, all right, bring out the rain boots, I'm done with this. So this is my drugstore fall makeup video. Everything's from the drugstore. I don't think anything costs more than about $13. If you guys are interested to see how I got this look right here, then definitely keep watching. Okay, so first and foremost, we're gonna hop in with the primer. My two favorite drugstore primers at the moment are this one. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Base Business, and this is the purple one, and it is pore minimizing. Another one that I am a fan of is going to be this one, and this is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. I don't use this one enough because I am oily, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the purple one, put a little bit on the tips of my fingers. I've already moisturized, and work that into my like pore problem areas, which is going to be my nose and the sides of my nose right here, just like so. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take the Jelly Pop Primer. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that because a little bit goes a very long way. Okay, so for foundation today, we're gonna be going in with this, and this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and this is in the color Golden Beige. I'm gonna go in with a foundation brush and a dry beauty blender. Yes, a dry one. So for some reason, I feel like when I use a wet beauty blender for this foundation, that it kind of picks up what I've already put down. I don't know. I don't think it really applies very well with a wet beauty blender. So I am just gonna like touch up a little bit with a dry beauty blender, but for the most part, I'm going to be using a brush. Okay, so I have that foundation right here. Just going to pick some up with my brush and just pack it on my face. And if you guys see that I don't bring my foundation all the way up, I stop about there or so, it's because my concealer creases like no other, and I find that if I put foundation there and concealer there, that it creases a lot faster, versus we're just going to cover it up with concealer anyway, so there's not really any point of me putting concealer all the way up there. And then as I was saying, I don't really like the way a wet beauty blender handles this foundation, so I'm just going to go in with the dry beauty blender and just kind of pat the areas, just to pat them down, just to get rid of those brush marks. I know someone's going to be like, that's doing nothing for you, but I promise you guys that it does make a difference. Alright, now that my foundation is done, I'm going to go in with concealer. My favorite drugstore concealer is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and I have the shade Light and the shade Sand. I'm going to go in with the shade Sand first and put that closest to my under eye, and then I will go in with Light and put just a little bit of that towards the bottom. And because this is so close to my actual skin shade, I am going to conceal a little bit as well. I would 100% normally get this wet for my concealer, but I've already sat down, so I'm just going to use it dry. It's perfectly fine. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Light, which is just a little bit lighter, and I'm going to bring that down just right here, just to highlight a little bit. Now we're gonna go ahead and contour. I've actually never cream contoured before, but I've had this product sitting in my drawer for a while. So I decided, why not go in and see if we can do it. I might regret doing this on camera, but we'll see. So I'm just going to just dab, oh wow, that's really pigmented. Can you guys see that? Just dab a little bit of this. And then work that in with a brush. Oh, there was a lot of bronzer already on this brush. And then just bringing that down like that. It would probably be easier to blend this in with a beauty blender, but again, this foundation, in my personal opinion, doesn't really work that well with a beauty blender, so I'm just going to blend this in with a brush. Now I'm going to go in and set everything with the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and this is in the shade 100 translucent, with a big fluffy brush, and just set that on top. A little bit of this does go quite a long way, and it does leave just a little bit of a white cast, so be careful. As I'm like just throwing this on my face, be careful. Alright, I'm going to go in with the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder. I really need to stop using this in videos because I think they stopped making this quite a while ago. I don't think they make it anymore, in all honesty. If I can find it, I will link it below. I don't even know if this company exists anymore, to be 100% honest. Then I'm just going to lightly place that where my bronzer is. I feel like my bronzer looks super muddy because I don't know if I blended the, cream contour correctly because I'm not a professional. But, we'll see in the end result if it turns out good or not. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my all-time favorite drugstore blush. You guys have probably seen so many people use this. This is the Milani Baked Powder Blush, and this is in the shade Luminoso. This has been through quite a bit. The lid doesn't work. And I'm just gonna go in with the same brush I applied my powder with, dip into that lightly. It's like a peachy, shimmery shade, and just pop that right there. I could have gone in with a more detailed brush, but realistically, I really like blush, so it's fine. And this is kind of sheer, so I'm packing it on a little bit. Alright, now that everything is powdered, we're going to go in with the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray, and this one is a 3-in-1. It primes, corrects, and sets. The spray is kind of aggressive, so just go in there with the warning, and we're going to go ahead and spray this. Smells so freaking good. So freaking good. I'm going with my beauty sponge, and now that I'm powdered, I can go ahead and use the beauty blender and just pat all that powder into my skin just to make it like mesh well and blend together and just be married in holy matrimony. Was that weird? And I feel like I put so much blush on, but it barely came through. So that's another reason why I put quite a bit of blush on, because when I pat it in, a lot of times it kind of just disappears. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows off camera, but I want to show you guys really quickly that I am using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. Yes, and this one is in the shade Dark Brunette, which is actually a little bit dark for me, but I've used so much of this that it's like at its very, very like last leg. So I'm going to go ahead and brush these up, fill them in, and we will be right back. Okay, my brows today don't really want to behave. They're like sisters, but like adopted. So I'm going to go ahead and just set them, and hopefully I can go back later and figure it out. I'm going to set them with the 𝕄𝕒𝕚𝕝 Brow Styler. I have this in clear as well as brown. I love this stuff. If you guys can find it, it's a super good drugstore brow gel. I'm just going to brush them up and then over. Next, I'm going to go in with the NYX eyeshadow base, and this is in the color Skin Tone. I'm just going to go in with my finger. This used to be my favorite all-time product for my eyeshadow base. I have moved on to a higher end one. I am currently using the P. Louise eyeshadow base in number 4, but it's completely different texture. Okay, so now that my lids are primed, we're going to go ahead and go in with our eyeshadow palette. I actually just picked this up today and I've never used it before, but it looked really promising, so I just picked it up. Let's see where this takes us. I picked up the Maybelline Soda Pop palette. Now, this has 12 different shades in it. They all look super, super beautiful. I'm going to go in with Ginger Ale, which is going to be this color right here. And I'm just going to pop that all over as my transition shade. I did go ahead and pick up a different brush just because the other one that I had did have just a little bit of purple pigment on it, and I wanted this to be as fair as possible. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend it in my crease, but it is pretty sheer, so I'm bringing it pretty much up to my brow bone as well. So the mattes in this palette are pretty skippy. I wouldn't say that they're amazing. This one right here is called Root Beer, which I expected to be like a super dark brown, and it swatches pretty much black. So I'm going to go in with Cola Float, which is like a more like leathery brown color, which is picking up as kind of like a reddish brown. So I'm going to go in with the Morphe M139 into Root Beer Float, which is this one right here, very lightly, and put that in my crease. I'm bringing that just a little bit above my crease. So my crease is here. We're going to bring it up to about here. I'm going to go in with the Morphe E27, which is just huge, fluffy blending brush. It is honestly my go-to blending brush. And I'm just going to blend that up and then just kind of smoke that out a little bit so it's not as precise. I'm going to go back in with that pointed, I think it's like a tapered crease brush, and this is the Morphe 139 again. I'm going to go in with this super bright orange color right here, and this is Crushing. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that in my crease as well. I'm focusing this more directly in the crease. So now I'm going to go with the shimmery color. I'm going to go in with Cherry Cola, which is this reddy purpley one down here. And I feel like going in with my finger is going to be the best way to go. And we're just going to go ahead and pop it on the lid. Just like so. The shader brush is actually picking up pretty well. Normally like shimmers like this, or like, I guess this would be like a foil or like metallic, pick up better on your finger, but this brush is actually doing a pretty decent job. I'm gonna go back in with that same pointed brush and kind of just bring them together. Okay, so I want this to be a little bit more intense. So I'm gonna pack on a little bit of dark brown, even though it's borderline black in this palette, on the very outer edge. But I don't want it to go everywhere. So I'm going to take the same pointed brush you've been using this whole time, dip in very lightly to that brown color, find something with an edge on it, like the edge of this, match it up to where I want it to be, and kind of just dab that on the slightest bit. And then drag that forward. Tonic, which is the champagne color right here, and pop that very lightly in my inner corner as well as on my brow bone. Because the brown got so out of control, I'm going to go back in with a concealer and just sharpen this up just like that. And then just blend that down. That way it gives me like a cat eye look. And just looks a little bit more put together. I'm going to go in with one of my all-time favorite drugstore eyeliners, and that is the Wet n Wild Mega Liner. This one is in dark brown. This one is in black. Honestly, the dark brown looks pretty black. So I'm just going to go in with the dark brown, apply on some eyeliner really quick, and then we're going to go in with some false lashes. Alright, for eyelashes, I'm going to throw on the Ardell Demi Wispies. I get these at Target. They're honestly one of my favorite pair of lashes. If you don't want anything cat eye, which is like skinnier in the front and then tapers off, you can get just wispies because those are like the same length all around. But I like the Demi Wispies because they're just a little bit shorter in the inner, and then they get like a little bit more feathered out at the end. Okay, so I have my lashes on. We're going to go ahead and smoke out my lower lash line, which is honestly one of my favorite things to do ever. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in with the medium brown color right here. Pick that up and pop that on my lower lash line. I have this really bad habit of looking down, and you guys can never see what I'm doing. So I'm going to bring my mirror to the side. And finish that off. And then same thing on the other side. And then I'm also going to put the red on the bottom as well. Alright, now that my lower lash line is smoked out, I'm going to go in with my CoverGirl Lash Blast in the orange tube. This has been my favorite mascara for over 10 years. I'm going to go ahead and just blend my natural lashes with my fake lashes so you can't see them as much. I'm going to put the littlest, tiniest, little itty bittiest bit on my lower lash line because actually I'm not a fan of lower lash line lashes. When I smoke out my lower lash line, I feel like it brings a little bit more drama if I just put on a little bit. I'm going to go in now and do my all-time favorite part of doing my makeup ever, which is highlighter. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter. Not only is this my favorite drugstore highlighter, this is my favorite highlighter in general. It is freaking gorgeous. So beautiful. Oh, this will always be my favorite highlighter. I don't care what anybody has to say. I don't care what highlighters come my way. That rhymed. This will always be my favorite. I'm just going to bring that up the ridge of my nose. Right there. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead. I just lined my lips. Again, I use Morphe's Honeymoon. It's the only thing that you can't buy at like a drugstore. You can't buy it like a Walmart or a Target, but you can buy it at Ulta. They're only $4, so I thought it might be okay just to squeeze it in here a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go in with the NYX Lingerie, and this is in the shade Lippy, Liply, L-I-P-L-I, and this is in, it also says 24. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this on my lips. And this is almost the identical color to the lip liner. Alright, and now that my lips are done, I'm going to go ahead and dab a little bit of that highlighter. And then like kind of wipe it off in the back of my hand and put that right like on my cupid's bow. But also on like my top lip as well. I'm also going to go with a little bit of the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in the shade Sun Nudes. That's a cute name. In the shade Sun Nudes. And just put a little bit of that just in the center, just to give us a little bit of like a wet look. So, I think we're done. Alright, that is it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. I really hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial style. I know normally I do like product reviews, but I don't really do like tutorial style videos, and that's something that I definitely want to get into, as well as I might be posting some fitness related videos soon, and I hope you guys like that. Please let me know down below if you guys like fitness related stuff as well, like weight loss videos, as well as this more like in-depth tutorial. Please let me know down below. Do you guys like full face tutorials, or do you like individual tutorials, like eyeshadow alone tutorials, and like I'll already have my face done? Let me know down below just to give me something to work with. Let me know what you guys like. I 100% appreciate you guys being here and sticking through the entire video if you guys are still here. If you're new here again, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember to always be a beautiful potato on the inside and the out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.